Howdy folks, Bluesboy Jag here with yet another 3-string cigar box guitar lesson. It's metal today. I picked up my cigar box guitar and I accidentally flipped on my massive distortion on my micro cube. And I thought, that sounds kind of cool. So what I've got here is a GCG tuning. A string tuned down to G. And your D string is a C. And then we have another G. And I'm using a pick, which I don't do very much, but for this kind of music, it's pretty much a necessity. I'm just doing that kind of a random thing. Down, up, down, and a couple extra downs, just kind of randomizing it. I'm not pressing any strings down at all open. And I'm palm muting down here, which means the side of my hand is way down here next to the bridge, as far as I can get close to the bridge, but you don't want to be on top of it because then you'll mute it completely 100%. So you don't want to mute everything off. So find the best spot where the palm of your hand sits, where you can still hear it, but it's not super extremely scratchy loud. Well, unless you want it to be that way. Cool thing about a 3-string with this heavy distortion is it sounds like a 6-string, or it sounds actually like maybe 2 people playing guitar. So it's a fat sound. So I have included a photo, well, I will put a photo in here at this point, Jag, with the settings of my amp. So here is the strum pattern that I'm doing. Sort of a randomized. All I'm doing is downs and some ups. And that doesn't really tell you a whole lot. But if you look close, you can see where I'm doing the down up. And I'm accenting certain beats. I'm sort of randomizing where that accent is. In other words, it's not just chugga 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 like that. It's so this start out with the open chord, no fingers at all. Everything is open, no fretting. I'm just muting with this hand. So I'm going bump da boom bump da boom 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 bump da boom boom boom. If I slow it way down. And that might still be kind of hard to catch there, so I'm going to slow it down some more. There's just a whole bunch of different options of how to strum that, but we'll stick with that. So I'm going to just play the open chord just for a minute so we can get the hang of this. So I'm partially muting with the palm of my hand, and I'm not doing anything up here at all. I'm just killing everything when I'm stopping my strumming. Not using my left hand at all. So practice that and get that up to speed, and we'll add some more to it. Start out slow. Now I'm going to randomize some chords down here on the 3rd and 5th fret. We'll start out real simple on the 3rd fret. All I did was one strum barring all the way across. So it's bum ba bum bum ba bum ba dum bum ba bum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum ba dum ba dum. I'm just rotating between the open and the 3rd fret. Doesn't really matter what sequence. So I'm going to play that 3rd fret the first time around. So it goes like this. And then it goes. That's all open for that second half. So the first half is. There's a million ways you can do this, but that is a good way to start out. So for those of you who are like, wow, that's super, super fast. Well, not really, but I'll slow it down for you. I'm only fretting that one tiny chord, and I'm only strumming once on that chord with my first finger on the 3rd fret. Right there. The strum pattern's the same. If you look at it, it's bump ba bum bum ba dum bum bum all the way through, except I change it from the open G to the 3rd fret. So it's this is what it sounds like with no sound at all. It's basically the same thing, except I'm just pressing here every other time. Doesn't sound all that great, totally acoustic, does it? I don't even know what time signature this is. I just do it all by feel. Bum ba bum bum ba dum ba dum bum ba bum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum down. So what's all this about, Jag? Is this a song? Is this a riff? Yeah, it's just a riff. It's also good practice with this hand, especially if you speed it up. So you start out kind of slow. And I'm palm muting again way back here. I'm barely in front of the bridge. So I'm muting about 90% of the sound. So where's my foot? The next thing you want to do is vary what I'm doing with my left hand. So let's kind of experiment here. I think maybe I'll use the 2nd string. All I'm doing is first finger is on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and I'm going up to the 5th fret. So real slow. You can tell there's a million different permutations of this. It's really fun, and it's good practice. Now I'm doing my first finger on the 1st string 3rd fret on that chord. Just that one finger on the 1st string 3rd fret, and the other 2 are open, so it's very dissonant. The up strum there is my first finger on the first finger on the first string. So you can jump around and do all sorts of different funky permutations of that rhythm. Now I'm going to play only the third string when I fret down here, just that one string. It's a little bit harder to discern what's happening there because it's very dissonant. So these are just kind of randomized metal riffs, which are all determined by where your pick is on the downbeat and on the upbeat. Here's one where I'm going to do only ups on that chord. Now, we're going to add more frets to it. I'm only fretting off and on that third fret. So I'm going to jump up to, let's say, the fifth fret from time to time. So we'll start out doing what we did for a few measures here, and then I'll add that fifth fret in here. So you can tell how you can mix it up, flip it around backwards, and do all sorts of cool, crazy things. Start out slow. You might want to use a metronome and do something like this. Or you might even start slower than that. So have fun with that, and be sure and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out my new website, bluesboyjag.com. Cigar box guitar is for sale for 21 years, and we'll see you next time.